Good day. Thank you for joining me for another Atari 2600 gameplay video. Got ready to go here, the game Amidar by Parker Brothers, I believe. And now I think I've played this a little bit before, but the 2600 version, I mean. I played the arcade game of this quite a bit. So, I'm qualified to talk about it and compare it. Now, the layout is different. It's a good choice, actually. The screen aspect ratio here is 4:3 instead of the vertically mounted 3:4, which the game was, the arcade game was. The movement of the baddies, which don't look very much like apes, but that's easily forgiven. Is the same essentially as the arcade. Because of the aspect ratio rotation, they've actually chosen to rotate the maze, if you want to call it that, or the framework. This is basically what do you call it? Ooh, that was close. What do you call these games? I mean, they take some inspiration from Pac-Man, obviously, but surround a box and you finish that. Oh, why did that not fill in? Weird. Surround a box and you fill in that portion of the maze, and once all of the maze is complete, basically you have to traverse the whole works. Oh, that was a dumb. All of the maze. In the arcade there was a jump button which basically made all of the enemies leap into the sky, leap off the grid, and you could then pass underneath them. So obviously I should have tried that just now. And also there was a thing whereby when you when you fill in the four corners of the maze, which I've just about done here, it's the same as basically like a power pill in the Pac-Man. Oh, that was cheap. Basically the same as a power pill in the Pac-Man game, and then you can try to run down the baddies and get points for that. So I'm going to wait until they're coming back this way and then see how many I can nab, hopefully. Okay, so they turn into, I don't know what, chickens. Okay, I didn't get all of them, but I got all but one. I wasn't watching how many points you get. It's an escalating value in the arcade game. And then the second level was you are a paint roller and there's pigs, which is exactly what we've got here. So the difference with the paint roller is that your lines have to be contiguous. You can't... Oh, apparently that's not true of this version though. So the paint roller thing is just purely a graphical change in this game. In the arcade, if you weren't connecting your paint to an already finished painted box, oh, that was dumb. And why didn't I use my jump, you say? I don't know. I don't have a good reason for that. I guess I should finish that comment about if you weren't joining your paint to an already filled in box, then you would no longer be able to paint, and you'd have to go back and connect to something you'd already filled in, other than your first box, obviously. So that is not the case here, and in essence we just have the same game with different player sprite and different enemy sprites. Now, these guys do look like pigs, so that's pretty cool. It's a slower moving game than the arcade by quite a bit, obviously. I shouldn't say obviously, but it is. I don't think that had to be the case, but that's what it is. Oh, they're not going to credit me for that little piece. So I mean, other than the speed of it and the difference in the paintbrush level, oh, actually there's a bonus level, which, now that I'm thinking about it, clearly wasn't implemented. Oh, right, corners. Go get those pig ducks. And the bonus level was essentially you had to pick the right path for an item. Bananas, actually, for some reason. Was it bananas? No, it was one of the bad guys to descend down to get some bananas. So you had to choose the right path through the maze, which basically meant you had to understand in order to succeed, other than randomly, you had to understand how the bad guys move. Ooh, I think I could use my jump. Too busy talking. You have to understand how the bad guys move in order to succeed at that, other than in a random way, which obviously you could do. I think there was 6 or 7 jump off points, or no, maybe it was only 5 actually, in the same way that we've got 5 here, left to right. Anyway, once you understood how the bad guys move, that was relatively straightforward, and then you just had to get the timing right, which wasn't too hard. And you could, oh my goodness, do I still have a player? I should maybe use my, oh no, that's it. Use my jump button just for fun. Well, that's Amidar. No bonus level. Sounds are almost non-existent, really. Well, that's not entirely true. Maybe I'll play one more round, or I'll start one more round here. Think about the sounds. Graphics are alright. Play is slow. Too slow, really. That would have been something to, unless it's just a limitation of the system, which I kind of doubt, actually. That would have been something to implement by like an option, a game mode option, which there didn't seem to. Oh, you know what? I should try the different difficulty settings. Actually, let me do that. Why am I trying to avoid the bad guys if I'm just going to do some difficulty setting things? Let's do that. What am I? I don't know what I'm on. Left difficulty A. Normally A was the harder setting. Okay, so that's, or is that a little faster? Actually, that might be a little faster. Let me check that. Left difficulty B. I should have been counting. I'm not sure that changed anything. Let me do a little test here. To the bottom corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 1,000, 2, 1,003. Yeah, okay. Obviously I didn't pull up a manual for this, or I'd know the answer. It seems to me that having the difficulty setting on A, which is typically the convention for most games, is that makes the game a little harder. In this case, I think it makes it about a quarter faster. Is that right? A quarter reduction from... Anyway, the slower speed is about 3/4 the speed of the faster game. Still pretty slow. And I don't think there were any game options. Maybe I should just check that, explore it. No, I don't think so. Select reset, which is what I was just doing. Left and right difficulties. I can't imagine that making any difference for the player 1. Actually, I don't know if there's even a 2-player game option. I don't think so. I guess you just take turns on this one. Alrighty, well, I think that's a pretty good look at Amidar, game that I do really like, arcade. arcade-wise. And for the 2600, this is not a bad conversion. Missing some features a little bit anyway. Oh, I don't think I ever did try the jump button. Let's see what that looks like. Ah, so turns them into black dots, I guess, briefly. And then you can pass through them. Well, I guess that's not a bad way of implementing the feature. I would have gotten considerably further in that last game if I had used that instead of just dying. And I think I will finish this board, because what the heck, it's fun. Oop, he's going not my way. Okay, maybe I won't finish the board. Alright, and that, my friends, is Amidar on the 2600. So, thanks for joining me, I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.